Hey everybody, Troy here, Geriatric Tripping, coming at you from the wilds of Pennsylvania. Places no man has gone before. Well, not quite true. But anyway, I've been working on a problem that when you have an overcast day and it's just miserable, how do you charge up your house batteries? Definitely ain't getting much out of solar. Today I was barely making 12.5 volts at 2 amps. So it really wasn't a good day. Everybody says you gotta get these expensive DC to DC charge controllers. Well, yeah, I agree. If you want to put a charge in your batteries in a fairly short amount of time, that's probably the way to go. I guess that is the way to go. But I took a different approach. Why can't I use my van to just charge the batteries without that? What's stopping me? So what I did was I took my solar panel connection and I connected it to a power outlet that is regulated at 13.5 volts at 15 amps. And I used that so I decided to do a test and use that power outlet that's in the back of the van, not being used for anything, to see if I couldn't run that into my charge controller, my solar charge controller, to top up my batteries and keep them full as I'm driving. I'm not looking to use it as the main source of charging the battery. I'm just looking to maintain and top it off as we're driving. Makes sense, doesn't it? Stay tuned for the rest of the video and you'll find out what I did and how it works. See you in a bit. That's all 10 gauge wire there. And then there's 8 gauge wire. It goes over to the circuit block. Well, here's my solar controller and my 12 volt fuse block for now. As you can see, it's a cloudy day. There's no real sun to speak of. And yet my 300 watt panel still putting out 12.6 volts. Probably in this weather maybe 5 amps. But anyway, the solar panel isn't doing a whole lot. So let me show you my solution for that. I've been trying to figure out how to do this without buying one of those big expensive DC to DC converters. There's my solar panel up there. It's a 300 watt Dokio. And it goes into the wire that runs all the way up there to the controller. I was wondering on an overcast day like today, when I'm really not pulling in much solar, how could I keep my battery up or how could I charge it? Well, hiding back in here, hope you can see it. Oh, it's upside down. Anyway, there's a 12 volt outlet. And that outlet, when I put a meter on it, comes out to 13.5 volts and 15 amps. Well, that's well within my solar controller's abilities. That's good for 28 volts and 60 amps. So why couldn't I just put a wire from my outlet back here down under there into the solar wire? So that's what I did. I wired it up. Whoop. See? And I'll just take my connector from my solar panel and I'll hook it up for you and I'll show you what I get. Bear with me one moment. Okay. So now we have our solar panel connection, the wire plugged in. And if you'll look up on a solar controller, right now we're putting 13.1 volts in at 15 amps. So I didn't have to go buy one of those big expensive DC to DC charge controllers and all that heavy wiring and stuff that gets expensive. I'm leaving my solar controller, solar charge controller, take the vehicle's voltage, which is well within its parameters, and amperage, and it trickle charges the batteries as we drive. Like I said, that's without those big, expensive charge controllers you see. What more can you ask for? Oh, I didn't think of this sooner. I have been testing this for over a month now. Nothing gets warm, nothing gets hot. Seems to work fine. Tops me up as we're driving.